Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. It's the World Series. The Dodgers, as we all predicted, against Toronto, as we had on this show. Don't listen to the old episodes. Let's talk ball. We had it.
I'm so aged up.
Oh, Chris Bassett.
I was doing Bichette, dude.
Okay.
Same team? Practice game.
You know, the sim games actually get you wired. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. Presented by SeatGeek. Use code JAM Playoffs for 10% off your playoff tickets. There's only one round left. And all of our special playoff edition episodes of Talkin Baseball are presented by T-Mobile. However you watch the games, stats, streaming, ballpark perks with Magenta status. However you do it, T-Mobile is with you. Head on over to T-Mobile.com/network. I am Jake Storielli at Talkin Jake. That is Trevor Plouffe, former Twins third baseman. Dropped that last night. Fun fact. Bobby Srirachi, Bobby Golfs, Rob Sirocco's producing. Dalt's got us a stat page. And man, oh man, Trev, we're here. How does it happen? I know it's old guy shit, but what the hell? How do we get
It just seems
here?
like yesterday we were in August being like, oh my God, it's so hot. There's so much baseball left. Nobody from the AL wants it. And here we are. Blue Jays wanted it. Dodgers were just creeping, waiting for the right time to get healthy. And yes, I truly am excited for this matchup. People are saying, oh, Dodgers this. No, dude, I'm telling you, we're going to get into it. This is going to be a series. We both wore blue today, but the appropriate shades of blue, not to tell people where we're leaning.
Yeah, we're you know
just
what?
Cosmic blue.
There was you like saying cosmic about this shirt. You said that a couple times this morning. Yeah, hey, I thank you for everyone that's been consuming stuff this postseason, maybe this World Series preview. If you're new to us, welcome. We have fun. We talk about baseball. And I got one of my favorite comments. Someone got me last episode of Talkin Baseball. They were like, Jake is the most unbiased Yankee fan at John Boy Media, which, wow, that in a way that hits heartstrings, and in a way like I'm biased. Like if it comes to the Yankees, I will be very biased. I'm a fan of that team. But I like ball, coach.
I mean, they watch a lot of Joe's McFly and possibly Dan Rourke, so like the scale is tilted a little bit.
I thought we weren't going to say those names today. Trev, I'm excited. I think, interesting. The Dodgers, who were the team talked about before the season, during the season, and now in the playoffs, look a certain type of dominant that, you know, at the end, people want our predictions, and I'll grill you. Like Chris Rose. But man, I think the two best teams at this point are there. Like, I don't think anyone walked away from Toronto, Seattle, maybe Seattle fans a little bit, but like, Seattle is good. Seattle has talented pitchers. Seattle has talented guys in their lineup. But this Blue Jays brand of baseball, this goes back to before the start of the postseason. That corny line I kept saying, if you're rooting for good baseball, it's Toronto, Milwaukee. Well, it's Toronto, LA. They just have absolute superstars of the sport that, I don't know. I don't think this is David versus Goliath, though.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I got hot, Trev. I got hot.
Number one, I'll go Dodgers still do the little things right.
Yes.
You know, I know Milwaukee plays a different brand of baseball, more old school, but the Dodgers still do the little things right. So you have to hand it to them there. I also thought the Mariners and Blue Jays were very evenly matched. I mean, that was a very difficult series to call, especially, look, it went 7 games.
Sure.
The Mariners had the lead until the 7th freaking inning. We could have been talking about Dodgers-Mariners very easily right now. So, you know, I do think, look, I'm happy the Blue Jays are here because you're right. They have been doing everything right as well. But I don't want to dismiss the Mariners out of it just like that. Now, I think the one thing the Blue Jays have done better than we expected them to do, we knew they were going to catch the ball. We knew they were going to put the ball in play. Well, number one, I think their starters did better than I thought they would. Trey Savage has been that guy. I love that. But they, as I think we'll get into as a big talking point here, they be slugging, coach. Like they're not just putting the ball in play. Like they're hitting homers. Vlad's gotten hot. Springer's done his thing. Your doppelganger Kirk has done his thing. So they very much are That brings you full circle. Toronto very much is a well-rounded team.
Yeah, it's tough. There was some baseball debates in the office yesterday, and it's so funny, and I think it's part of the reason that we've been successful is we represent what you talk about with your buddies or what's going on in the group chat. And there was some interesting baseball talk yesterday because we were, me and Joe's McFly were talking about how good Ernie Clement was, and someone was like, "Oh, dude, he, career 87 OPS plus or something like." And it's guess what? Right now, that does not matter because Ernie Clement is basically Mookie Betts right now, and I believe in that. And by the way, he's evolved as a player, but that's just one zoomed-in example.
Ernie Clement put together almost a 5-WAR season this year.
Ernie Clement plays ball. He's turned himself into a really good ball player. I think that was Schneider's quote after they won, I think, the ALDS.
Is there a better compliment that you can get?
Turned himself into a real good. That's like a really good way of saying, like, he's not the most talented, but my God. And I don't want to see him at the plate, bro. That might be too zoomed in. Trev, where do we And
that's not too zoomed in, but that's what we do here.
The Mariners got some love off the top. I don't know.
Well, I've been getting crushed. I've been getting crushed social media wise because I said I think there's going to be some regression on the Mariners' part. Hey, you just won the West. Yeah. Cal Raleigh hit 60 homers, and you made it to Game 7 of the ALCS. There's probably going to be some regression from that season, but they don't want to hear that.
No, and
they have the best farm system in baseball. Everyone's here to save the day.
Yeah, when brother Jeff Passan, I think he subbed in for you while you were on your camping trip. He was like, the Mariners are just getting started. They got the top farm. And I kind of bit my lip, and I was like, yeah, it could be getting started. It could fucking end. It's like, it's sports. That's the disgusting part of it. So sorry for Seattle. That was like, hey, let me tune into the World Series preview. They'll talk about how good these Blue Jays are.
Well, we went high, and then you just chopped their legs out.
I know. Trev, okay. I know where to start. Game 1 Friday night. How about that? October 24th. Happy birthday to whoever's birthday is on October 24th.
Absolutely,
I thought I was going somewhere with that. And it's in Toronto. And hey, maybe that matters. Maybe it doesn't. We saw Seattle took the first 2 in Toronto last series. Although, oh God, Trev, what do you got?
Of course, I Googled October 24th birthdays. You don't want to know. Think of the most obvious person for this series whose birthday it is.
Drake.
Yes.
No way.
I swear to God, dude. What the hell?
We're such loser boys. Guess whose birthday it is game 1?
You started that.
Welcome to Talking Baseball.
You started
Drizzy,
that.
The reel's on the rise. Fuck them other guys. We're in Toronto. Games 1 and 2. Potentially game 6 and 6.
Shohei's actually on the plane this time.
The Shohei Ohtani plane series. Trev,
I've seen a lot of that lately, and I laugh every time I see it.
Is Herge in your neighborhood, or didn't he move to Canada? Is this the Herjavec World Series?
Last I heard,
okay,
I've seen him a few times during the summer. He's coming back, but yes, he moved because he sold his company. So
So if you have no idea what we're talking about there, and you're probably like, hey, shouldn't these guys talk about the baseball? Robert Herjavec from what's that investor
Shark
show?
Tank.
Shark Tank. God, I love
Dancing with the Stars.
Wow, I didn't see that season. The famous Shohei free agency flight to Toronto where, I don't know, there was 8 hours of internet that was like, wait, is Shohei Ohtani going to pick the Blue Jays? This Toronto team, they're Canada's team. Seattle, I'm so sorry. Vancouver, you're out right now. They're Canada's team. They have a good TV deal. They have a bunch of money. They've signed free agents. They're going to get Shohei Ohtani. He's going to be international. The French influence. And then it turned out the flight was just Robert Herjavec. I don't want to say just Robert Herjavec, but it was not Shohei Ohtani. That is something that's going to be discussed this postseason. And hopefully the baseball. Trev, the only sample that I honestly, and maybe this baseball people feel weird about this, these two teams played 3 games in August. The Dodgers took 2 out of 3. Scherzer Kershaw started game 1, so that's cool. I don't know what you can fully take from that. Although, Snell threw 5 shutty, Glass now threw 5.2. It was Lauer, Bassett, and Scherzer, which I don't think any of them are getting a start for Toronto. So that's where, unfortunately, the way this sport works, I don't think we could take too much from the August series.
I think Scherzer might get a start.
I think Scherzer might get a start.
Yes.
Might.
There's a lot to go into. Yeah, I don't take any or put any stock into that series whatsoever for this. Like,
Can't.
basically zero. The one thing I saw on our sheet, Flu Hardy came in and got Ohtani.
Right?
So,
that jumped out to me, too. That's so pathetic.
Well, that's what one of the matchups is going to be. What lefties are going to come out of the pen for, the top of the Dodgers lineup that has some pretty prominent lefties on it. So is a talking point. But I don't think that series matters whatsoever. But I think before we get into the matchups, let's talk some more general stuff, some stats that we have about the series. This will be the first time these two teams meet in the World Series. And this is something that caught my eye, Jake. This is the first matchup between these teams didn't happen until June 18th, 2002. I was just graduating my sophomore year of high school. These two teams hadn't have met before? How is that possible?
We need to get our social teams to do the lineup from that first game, because who's in there? Is that Delgado? Is that pre-Vernon Wells?
Dude, I used to use Carlos Delgado in this home run derby on like PlayStation 1, and he had the biggest bat and just would crank. Oh my gosh.
I bet.
Cheat code.
Dodgers, Blue Jays lineup. Okay, so before we get into the World Series, we'll get that game for you. Okay, I found it. Okay. Shortstop, Chris Woodward, Eric Hinsky, 2-hole, Shannon Stewart. Vernon Wells came in late in the game. Defensive sub. Delgado, Raul Mondesi, Jose Cruz, Joe Lawrence, Ken Huckabee with Roy Halladay on the bump. With Dave Roberts batting leadoff for the Dodgers. How do you like that? That's some good shit from us.
Unbelievable. Give me the rest of that line. Okay, 2002, who was with the Dodgers right there?
This is a tricky time in Dodgers history.
It is. This is before they got good.
I'll tell you, catcher hitting 2-hole.
Russell Martin? Not Russell Martin.
Get a little more Italian.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I know.
Wow, Trev normally doesn't play these games on
I'm
our
not
JM
good at
baseball
stuff like this,
channel.
but I know exactly who you're talking about. Give it to me.
Paul LaDuca.
God.
Oh!
I mean, I have his face right here. Love me some Paul LaDuca.
Sean Green, Brian Jordan was a ball player.
Yeah,
Eric Karros, Mark Rudzelanek, Adrian Beltre, Cesar
That wasn't even my
Torres,
question. Was Eric Karros still doing it?
and Andy Ashby. We just saw his nephew on the bump, so we're starting to get old. Please talk about the World Series. Okay, we will. It's brought to you by American Crew. Our friends at American Crew, they're the best. They have, this is emotional, they've changed my life. They introduced me to my new hairstylist, Andrew Zumbo. Shout out. Great dude. All-time dude. And American Crew, they have whatever you're looking for. They're styling pucks. Whatever your hair is doing, they have the best thing for you. Whether it's the forming cream, whether it's the pomade, whether it's whatever your hair needs, the matte clay. Oh. American Crew is the MVP for guys and how they want to look like with your hair. So, if you want hair that scores every time, every inning, grab a styling puck and shop American Crew at your nearest Target and walk off looking like a legend. Trev, the Dodgers are 9-1 this postseason. That's pretty good. Toronto is 7-4, which also very good, especially for the postseason. But I don't know. It just goes into the overarching thing of this series is the Dodgers from last offseason, we talked about them being a super team. They won the World Series 2 off seasons ago. They won the last World Series. Shohei signed a unique contract that allowed them to basically sign more guys. They did. They signed guys we didn't even dream about. Conforto, Kirby Yates. Guys not playing in this series that got paid a lot of money. And dude, they look like an all-time special team right now. So how about this? This is some Chris Rose shit. I didn't think Milwaukee could win the last series.
Okay.
I think Toronto can win this series, and it's just how good are their bats going to be kind of against the Dodgers starting pitching, right?
Yes, I do believe the length of the lineup will determine this series, and that's something that Toronto did really, really well in this ALCS. And you could talk about the Dodgers and who they have at the bottom of their lineup as well. Pajas hasn't been great, but he could turn it on. You have guys like Kike down there that have been, I don't want to call him postseason heroes, but kind of what he's been.
Yeah, leading the team in batting average.
I do believe. I think Ernie Clement's out of the bottom of the lineup now. I think he's more like middle of the lineup now. He's like hitting sixth.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it'll come down to that because we do have really formidable top parts of these lineups. I think you got to still lean Dodgers there, although the numbers in the postseason will suggest Toronto. I'm still going to give it to to Ohtani, Mookie, and Freddie and Will Smith. I think that's better than what the Blue Jays have, but not by much. And they're going to do their damage, the tops of these lineups. So I think a lot of this series will be, can the bottom of the lineup get on? Can they move guys over? Can they do all those little things right? Is Jimenez going to hit a couple of freaking homers again at the bottom of the Blue Jays lineup? Like that to me will determine the series. We're going to have some big matchups between some of the big dogs and some pitching lanes, but that to me is something that both teams can do particularly well. And so to your point, I do think there is a path 100% for the Blue Jays to win this series.
I think so too. I think it's a strength versus strength again. As much as I've seen and believed in Toronto's hitting, it's as daunting as a task as it gets because during the regular season we did so much. Okay, well the Dodgers bullpen and the bullpens looked pretty good. What Roki has turned into down there, Vesia has put together an amazing postseason. Banda sneaky. I think it's those second tier Blake Trinan, who's like an all-time reliever, and Emmett Sheehan. Can their bats do enough to the Dodgers starting pitching to maybe make that matter? And they're going, okay, what's that, Coach?
They haven't been exposed yet. That's the thing about the Dodgers bullpen. We keep saying, they figured it out. Well, they figured Roki out.
Right.
Okay. And yeah, you can talk about Vesia. He still scares me every time he comes on the mound. I know he's got the Invisa fastball. He's got some of the best, what do they call that?
Ride?
No. Yeah, but what's the new term? Induced vert or whatever.
Okay.
We'll have to look that up. I just read a huge article on it. Basically means, Invisa fastball ride. Okay. Wow. Every time he comes in, I'm like, oh, that's a meatball. And they pop it up. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Induced vertical break, I think is what it's called.
Nice.
Those two guys have been good. The rest really haven't needed much because the starters have been so good. So I still think that is a talking point when you're talking about, where's the chink in the armor for the Dodgers? It still could be the bullpen. We just haven't seen it exposed enough. If you do, like you said, get to the starter, get him out early. I'm curious, what do we do? Like, are we carrying an extra starter to give length? Like, is it just going to be Emmett Sheehan eating whatever he needs to eat to continue to stop the exposure of the Dodgers bullpen? Those are all decisions we're going to see.
Or, Trev, they might not have to make those decisions because they're going Snell, Yamamoto again, 1-2. Reminder, Snell basically threw a no-hitter. I think he gave up 2, but it was as dominant as someone looked. Snell was so dominant in his 8 innings that I don't think people have really been talking about. Yamamoto went complete game in the next game. Brewers fans are like, we talked about it.
I also remember that.
We talked about it. And then I think the sicko part is that it's Glass now and it's Shohei Ohtani, arguably the best player to ever play this game, casually lined up for Game 4, just because that's what they can do. So yeah, I think that's the biggest storyline. The Toronto Blue Jays lineup, which since the summer, man, we've talked about it. It's been relentless. It's been top to bottom. It's okay. Who the hell is Nathan Lucas? Now he hits second between Springer and Vladdy. And by the way, he belongs. Like no one's there's not a Toronto forum being like, I don't know if we should have Lucas up there. No, dude, that guy is a dog right now. That they're going to get to someone on this Dodgers team. I don't know who it is. Snell, I think Toronto is weaker against lefties. And we could talk about that because I think that brings a Bichette conversation into play. They haven't seen Yamamoto, which really, that worries me. These guys are the best in the world. The more you get a look at someone, as we've seen in the playoffs, you get better. But Snell Yamamoto out of the gate, they need the crowd to be rowdy, and they need the one inning to ruin those guys. And they're the team that's been doing that.
Just thinking about Blake Snell, AL East guy. What does that matter? I think he's a little bit different now. I think the confidence level. I mean, he's always been confident. What am I talking about? I talk about the top of the order for both teams. I said I'd lean Dodgers, and I don't think that's the wrong pick. But they've been outperformed mightily by the top part of the Blue Jays order. These guys have been going off. They've been the ones carrying the water here. The Dodgers guys, we saw Shohei with a 3-homer game. Their numbers look way worse if he doesn't come around and do that. So a little less opportunity, but I think you have to look. Can they sustain this level of success? I think that is, that's kind of been the biggest written about piece on this World Series is, I think Mike Petriello had an article on MLB.com. Biggest storyline will be offensive power that the Blue Jays have against the starting pitching. And I think that's the funnest matchup to talk about. I think there's other stuff you can branch off of from that. But yes, we've seen the Dodgers pitchers absolutely dominate. What are these hitters going to look like against that? They have to look better than the Brewers. They just do.
Do they?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, Coach.
I've seen Blake Snell make any hitter he's ever seen look bad if he's on one today.
Me too.
And he's probably going to be on one because it's the World Series.
So in the chase department, I don't think the Brewers are not a chase team either.
Yeah.
And he made them look bad. Contact-oriented Blue Jays swing a little bit more. Well, a lot more. Nobody's swung less than the Brewers. That's interesting to me because both him and Yamamoto's more spot reliant, but also gets chased. Blake Snell presents balls as strikes. They end up as balls, and most people look horrible against him.
Well, and I think for Snell, for their whole rotation, I was gonna say Snell, and then I was like, well, Snell and Yamamoto, and then I was like, oh shit, it's Glasnow and Ohtani. You might get a couple walks. You might. It's the postseason, and if you lose count leverage, it might make more sense to walk someone. And Snell is more so known for this in the regular season. I think what's going to be interesting, are we going to see Blue Jay double play balls? Is it those are backbreaking that, okay, if you get your walk or when Ernie Clement hits his single to right field, you've got action on the bases. They're going to put it in play. I've seen it against every team. Cam Schlitter struck out, 12 Red Sox? And then he faced Toronto, and I think he struck out 3. They have a different approach to the game. And hey, man, if you can make an look what they did to Seattle's starting pitching. I guess that's what's in my head. When we came into the season, if you did the best starting pitching staffs, it was Dodgers, it was Seattle, it was Philly. The Dodgers, they kind of took care of Philly, and losing Wheeler right before the postseason, pretty brutal. But what Toronto just did to Seattle's pitching was pretty, they dogged them. I think the Dodgers are a version of a super team. We think we know what their Achilles heel is. We think it's the bullpen. We saw little sprinkles of the bullpen looking scary, but we never got a full dosage. And now is that going to be, can they hide that? We've seen teams come in with lesser bullpens who put together a nice postseason between Atlanta, the Texas Rangers a couple years ago. If Toronto can have the big inning and get off of these starting pitchers, they are going to win ball games, and they did that against Seattle. I guess that's what's in my head.
We said that about the Brewers too, and they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it at all. Hey, great call on the double plays. I was like, okay, let me go look who had the most grounded in double plays in the big leagues this year. It's Toronto. What does that matter? I don't know. You're putting some prediction stuff out there right now. 133 for them. Next highest team was the Astros at 124. Dodgers, let's just throw that out there. They're like 12th.
Okay.
In the league. Can
change an inning quick. Toronto side
also can roll some DPs, man.
Hey man, ask Seattle. They had that, what was it, game 6? They had three double plays, like to end 3 straight innings. That's a backbreaker. Toronto, we'll see what they do with their pitching, and there is a rest versus rust conversation that I don't know. Those conversations as old as sport is at this point. And hey, if Toronto comes out and wins game 1, guess what? We'll probably be on the mic, or someone's going to be in front of Mike and be like, yeah, LA looked a little rusty. They hadn't played a game in a week.
Let me read the stat for you.
Read the stat.
This is the 5th time since the LCS round became best of 7, in 1985.
Wow.
That one LCS team swept and the other went 7. Okay, so this is the 5th time that's happened. Dodgers swept the Brewers. Toronto took the Mariners to game 7 and won. In the previous 4 instances, the team that played the 7-game series went on to win the World Series. The Giants were the last team to do it when they took on the Tigers in 2012. I remember those Tigers in 2012.
I bet.
They went 4-0 in the ALCS. Didn't matter. They lost. The Red Sox did it to the Rockies as they went through the NLCS 4-0. Then it was the Cardinals defeated the Tigers in 2006. And then the Dodgers. 1988, what happened? Kirk Gibson happened. Dodgers defeated the A's in the World Series. So history's on the Blue Jays side.
Yeah, in a way. In a way, history's there's a lot of historic players on the Dodgers. We're gonna see what the Blue Jays do. They haven't announced their pitching yet. Games 1 and 2 are gonna be Gausman and Savage in some order. Just a personal opinion. I think Kevin Gausman, just who he is and where he's at in his career, I think you'd like to keep Savage out of game 1, and that's no offense to him because he's been absolutely electric. But even game 2, you're still at home, but game 1 has happened. But then, I don't know, you can spin yourself in every way because you say, all right, well, let's give Savage game 1. Maybe the kid's a goddamn legend and he gets it done. Or we lose to the Dodgers. Would you rather have Kevin Gausman on the mound for game 2? Like the adult in the room for Toronto, one of the guys who's been one of the best pitchers for the last 4 years, or whichever way you want to butter knife it. That's the first decision that has to be made this series. It's Gausman or Savage.
I thought we were going Savage game 1. But they have tried to. Didn't they move one of his starts so he could pitch in Toronto? Correct.
Earlier, I think. Yes, against the Yankees.
So they've
to
tried to put him
in
They've tried to put him in I guess I'd call it a less stress situation.
Game
a little
1,
bit.
Bro.
Either one.
Yeah.
It's the World Series.
Like the stress doesn't go down.
They're all pretty stressful in the World Series. And he's going to pitch in against or at home no matter what for his 2 starts then. Right? Unless would he go, I guess, game 5. He went game 1, he could go game 5 in LA. So maybe that is a decision they'll make and say, let's put him game 2 so he can go 2 and 6.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Or you say, this guy gives us our best chance to win. We need him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Schneider, congrats on beating Seattle. You're up first for making decision. Also, kind of crazy. I mentioned the Dodgers have never seen Yamamoto, which let's see what that looks like. Kevin Gausman has seen a lot of these Dodgers, and a lot of good news there for Blue Jay fans. Kike 1 for 13, Tommy Edman 2 for 13, Freddie 1 for 9, Shohei 2 for 12, Mookie Betts 15 for 49. Mookie's had a month of at bats against Kevin Gausman, and Muncie's a 6 for 18. So I wonder, like, what is Toronto going to do with all that information? Are they going to be a lot more nervous with Kevin Gossman a third time through than maybe we'd mentally think? Kevin Gossman has had a lot of strong postseason starts, but he's had that kind of 5th or 6th inning where steam runs out. Dude, the matchups are getting me excited, Coach Trev.
I'm excited. Where did Freddie get all those at-bats against Gossman? What am I missing about Gossman? Was he in the National League somewhere for a while?
Gossman had a weird stretch. He went to like Cincinnati and the San Francisco Giants.
He did not go to Cincinnati.
Yes, dude. Gossman had a funky stretch there for a
Why am I forgetting all of that?
Dude, because it all happened. Like, his arm lost the sauce for a little bit. He played in 2018, 2019. He
played with him in Atlanta.
He was Baltimore, Atlanta, Cincinnati, and then he was with the Giants for 2 years.
I remember the Giants. Interesting.
Yeah.
You know who else has got some at-bats against old Kevin Gossman?
Yeah? Rob, need the numbers.
I think they're pretty good. And
really?
He's in my book.
No.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Deep.
You're joking.
2-1 splitter, bro. See ya.
Trev, don't put it there.
Still time.
Don't put it there.
Isla asked me last night, Dad, why don't you still play baseball?
Good question.
I'm like, well,
stop calling me Isla.
I'm like, Isla, I'm not good enough to play anymore. She goes, well, Matthew is. And he's like your age. I was like, oh. That hurts a dad's soul, by the way. Yeah.
Tell her.
I really had no rebuttal for that. I was like, fuck.
Tell her that Funkle Jake can't play anymore either. That he's out of juice as well. Damn. That's funny.
Let's get into, I think, another massive storyline here as I'm replying to our CEO about World Series stuff.
Look at you.
But I didn't know what's happening.
Look at you.
Bichette.
Yeah, man.
I'm good. I'm going to be on the roster. Now, it hasn't. Oh, are we getting the. I see what Rob's working on right now.
Okay.
I think I need to wait.
Okay, here we go. Oh. That looks
like did I know it or what? Look at that packed house.
Second decade. Oh, my God. You are so thick. Oh, Rob,
several
go
buttons.
back
I couldn't
to
have a full button jersey.
Go to him rounding first. What, Trev? What were the Twins doing to you?
I was a tank, bro.
I can't believe they made you have a 2-strike approach. You're a meat sack.
I know.
That's insane. You look like Johnny Gomes or some shit.
Dude, squatting every freaking day, eating so much. I would have been better in today's era, Coach.
I know. And you
all right, Bichette. Now it hasn't come out like, hey, he can't play the field. Right. But I'm almost assuming they're like, hey, you ain't playing the field.
Right.
We kind of got something good going on up the middle now. Now, him being in the lineup does knock IKF out, I believe. But possibly against left-handed pitching, it doesn't, and they'd have to take out Barger.
I know. This freaks you out a little bit. But Barger has been.
That's tough, man.
I know his at bats are so scary and he looks dangerous. But Seattle had all righties. Like, that's the recent memory in your head. Is that okay? Like, Barger being that threat he is, but they didn't face left-handed starting pitching since the Yankees, and like they would kind of platoon that part of the lineup. That dude, and think about what we're talking about. If it's Blake Snell game 1, which it is, one of the nastier lefties in the league, if the option is it's down to Barger in left field or right field versus Bichette at DH, I'm pushing the Bichette button if he's telling me he can play, because I think you're right. I don't think you can mess with the defense up the middle right now.
We have a lineup on our sheet with Santander in it. That's not happening. Right?
He's out.
So this is we got to rethink this entire thing here. This is what I believe happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go lefty because Blake Snell's starting.
Yeah.
And I also think that it's going to be Bo at DH.
I agree.
So we're going to go George Springer.
Yes.
Right field.
Yeah.
Who bats second? Is it Davis Schneider in left field?
So they did a lot of that during the season. I think you have to make a Davis Schneider or Bo Bichette decision. Well, Trev, you might.
You're gonna put Lucas up there against Snell in the 2-hole? Maybe you do. Rob, get those splits up for us.
For me,
for Lucas,
taking Lucas out of the lineup just feels sinful for how good that guy's been. You can move him down, but this is okay. How about this, Trev? I think one of my favorite parts from day one of podcasting, 2017 Talkin Yanks, me and Jim, a little chunkier, a little rough around the edges. One of my favorite things about doing this is stumbling into stuff. Like, if you talk about things enough, you're going to find Schneider has to make decisions. And there's going to be a magnifying glass on him, which maybe that's not fair because maybe these Dodgers are just going to break the sport and happy about it. Their manager's talking about it in their post-game celebration. Let's ruin the game. Maybe they are. Dude, Schneider has to make decisions with their corner outfield, with Bichette, with the pitching, Gossman and Yasavage. Schneider has to make a lot of choices that are going to be magnified on the game's biggest stage. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Ernie Clement
in
third base.
Yes.
Andres Jimenez shortstop.
Need it.
IKF second base. So lefties IKF is still in. And you know what? Love the pesty at bats from him.
Yeah. He's gonna put his bat on the ball.
Okay. Right-handed, I think it gets even. This is their strength.
Yes.
This is their strength.
This is what I've been saying. I'm glad you're saying this. Like, and I think it's something that hurts Seattle.
But still,
they're a different team versus lefty than versus righty. Versus righty right now, that lineup is savage.
So then it would be versus a right-hander. Lucas in left, Springer in right, Varsho in center, Barger at third, Clement second, Jimenez at short.
Yes, they've. So do you have Bichette DH? Like, do you
Yes,
you have Bichette in the lineup?
That's my thought right now. I don't know. You know what that exactly means.
It depends how he looks, right? Like if Bo Bichette.
I also think if they're saying, "Hey, man, like we needs like run prevention wise," I think this is a better defensive arrangement. Do you think they think that? That's kind of in my head. They're like, "Hey, like Bo, love you." But there's been talk for a long time about Bo's defensive shortstop.
In the nicest way, Bichette shouldn't play defense this series, whether healthy or not.
Like, and Springer's going to be fine now that we have some time to, the bruising, all that will be good. I do think that's where they go.
I guess, okay, some things to watch for. And you're like, okay, 40-minute mark, some things for us to watch for. Thanks, Jake. Bichette, I have to assume Bichette is starting the first game. If Bichette's not starting the first game, then he is hurt. It's Snell. Like, if Bichette's not starting the first game, he is very hurt, and I can't imagine him being a factor in the series. I think he's starting. And Trev, this is so unfair because think about everything we said about Snell. He was unhittable with against Milwaukee. If Bichette goes 2 for 4, hell, 1 for 3, my guy's starting the rest of the way. He's Bo Bichette. He's led the AL in hits.
I think he's starting no matter what.
If he goes 0 for 4 in the first game with like 3 Ks, we're going to do I don't know if Bichette's healthy. He hasn't seen live pitching in a while. And with those righties, like you're talking about potentially taking a lefty out of the lineup for Toronto that they can't mess with that lineup unless Bo Bichette looks good, which in one game against Blake Snell is so unfair.
It's unfair. Schneider.
Remember Blake Snell's rehab start that we were just you brought up? You were cackling into the mic because he was throwing against AAA hitters, which are a certain level of baseball and just embarrassing them. And he did that to Milwaukee, the best team in baseball during the regular season.
What's Blake Snell been doing during this break? Just this on the sticks, bro.
I believe he had a video game stream 2 nights ago. During Game 7, Snell was playing video games, and then he was courtside at the Lakers opening night. So he's okay. He's okay.
God. He's just living life. There, it's his wife beside him right there. He's this is why I like him. Good guy, good husband, good father, hell of a pitcher, and my friend and teammate.
His reputation got like weird for a while because he plays video games and he walks hitters.
And he looks high.
And he looks a little high.
And he does get high.
Doesn't get high.
Telling people that.
Doesn't get high.
Yeah, he's got a rap video out from
whatever
that was.
Love that.
What? It wasn't bad.
Little dog.
Don't ask me my opinions on rap. I don't.
Yeah, we can't do that again. Kendrick versus Drake. Let me tell you about Hims. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. Hims can't solve snoring or blanket stealing, but when it comes to performance, they got you covered. Take control of ED with personalized treatments made with proven ingredients prescribed by licensed providers, 100% online. Through Hims, you can get personalized prescription treatment options for ED. They got hard mints, I bet. Sex RX plus Climax Control. If prescribed, you shouldn't have to go out of your way to feel like yourself. Hims brings expert care straight to you. 100% online access, personalized treatments that put your goals first. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/talkin. Hims.com/talkin for your free online visit. Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Trev, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like we haven't talked Shohei, Freddie, Mookie enough.
We haven't talked about the Dodgers. I was just about to say that.
It's crazy. Because maybe it's all about them.
It's like, everyone knows about the Dodgers and what they do. Their lineup's not like it's same guys. They'll form it a little bit differently. I think we're probably going to see the exact same lineup every game because the Blue Jays don't have a left-handed starter. Even if they have an opener, I don't think that'll matter. I think they'll just stick with Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, Will Smith, Max Muncy, so on and so forth. So you don't really have to go there. Now, I did say earlier, like, hey, they haven't performed great in the postseason. Ohtani, 826 OPS is great. It's a 3-homer game.
Right.
Before that, it was bad, and he was swinging at a lot of different stuff. I think that if you can get him chasing still and get out of the heart of the plate, because that's where those pitches were. Those were in his wheelhouse. If we can get those splitters down, and then you got to get them up and in. That's what teams do. They throw those heaters up and in, try to get them to get chase happy there, splitters down. I think that, there's the formula there. Can you execute? Mookie, been okay. 270, 774, not a lot of pop. Freddie hasn't really been going or himself either. 200 average, 671 OPS. He's got one homer, excuse me. Only 1 run driven in. So like those guys, as much as we say, hey, they're the big dogs, and you got like they've kind of been muted a little bit. Some of that has to do with the pitching they've seen. But hey, like Toronto's got some guys too. So they got to get it going. I think that's okay to say. Do I believe they will? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But the numbers are what the numbers are.
Yeah, I think most of us are putting that in just like the scary bucket. Like, okay, so they took out the Phillies in 4 games. They took out the Brewers in 4 games. And Mookie, Freddie, Shohei outside of 1 game hasn't been Shohei. Like, you have to think 2 of those guys are going to fully click. And I don't know, man. It's why this team is so a potential to just be legendary. Like, dude, you talk about the lineup being the same. It is so wild that Kike Hernandez is just penciled into the lineup. Like, the regular season was not great, but the guy is literally a postseason legend that I already picture myself in 20 years fighting like online with people that it's just like college kids that are like, oh, Kike Hernandez was horrible at baseball. No, man, you don't know ball. Because that guy is one of the best postseason players. The versatility that he's provided the Dodgers with through the years and who he is leading them in batting average this postseason, a great postseason career. They're so good, Trev, that I feel like in a week, you and me are going to be in front of the mic and I think the conversation is going to be, how good is this team all time?
I tend to agree. They seem like a juggernaut right now. They've got healthy at the right time. Starting pitching has been just out of this world, and they have some of the best hitters on the planet. I do also think there is something to be said about how hot the Blue Jays are right now. And they can do a lot of things, man. Like, run prevention is key. Like, you know, a couple of those big double plays change everything. We saw that in the Mariners series. Can they do that? Can they neutralize that top of the lineup enough? Can they string together some good at bats? Maybe work these starting pitchers a little bit more to get to that bullpen. Again, I want to stress, like, we haven't seen the Dodgers bullpen yet.
Right.
A few times we did.
We've seen Roki.
We've seen Roki. He's been great. It was also a game where he had to come out.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I still think that is a storyline, even though, like, they've gotten through the 10 games unscathed. Like, that's still a storyline. Are you, like, trying to ask me for my prediction now?
No, I think we need to give a couple more of just what you and me are personally watching for. Like, I think that Dodgers lineup, when they're against right-handed pitching, they go, Shohei and Freddie at the top. That Toronto's lefties in the bullpen are going to be, they have to be a factor in this series. That Brendan Little, who it looked like he ran out of steam in the Mariners series, maybe the time off gets him reset. And you mentioned Flu Hardy, dude, who he came out to save Hoffman in the regular season game that Toronto won. Like, I guess if you're at home or you're talking to like, how is Toronto going to win this series? I think those lefties have to be a factor. Whether it's third time through or maybe fourth time through, they're going to have to get Freddie and Shohei out, and I don't know if I believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, look, in between Freddie and Shohei too is a guy that,
right?
No. Pretty good. So, yeah, that's obviously going to be a big decision for Schneider. Like, when do you go there? Like, when do you approach that lane? Because I do think that he kind of has his guys at the end of the ball game that he wants. Like, I don't think we'll see those. Like, let's say they have a chance to close it out, and you got those top of the lineup coming up, and you're up 2 runs, and you're Schneider. Like, are you bringing in a lefty? You're going to bring in one of those guys? You're going to go to, if Varland is still there, who I think he has, like, so much trust in, or if Hoffman is there, do you just say, Hoffman, go get it, big dog?
Yeah.
I think he manages more like, I got those guys I like in the back and not matchup orient based. So that'll happen more mid game, in my opinion.
I agree. I think Hoffman, what he did to end those 2 games against Seattle, he has locked himself in as the guy in the 8th or 9th inning for Toronto. That I guess the third time through, if Gossman or your Savage or whoever for Toronto is battling and it's bullpen time, I think those lefties are going to be in a big moment. And like you said, yes, Mookie Betts trying to split up those guys, but also, Brendan Little was a guy for them during the season. They're going to try to tap into that maybe the early games this series, Toronto's going to find out what they have in their bullpen. And Toronto's goal is to find out what the Dodgers have in their bullpen because the starting pitching is just disgusting. But you're right, dude. Even Roki has been great. I don't know. When he was wild that one game, they pulled him for Trinan, who
pulled him right away.
Hasn't had it. And the Dodgers are nervous to use him on consecutive days. Like, he is a young, talented pitcher that they have built up for this postseason closer role by need, that you have to rattle the Dodgers bullpen, but can they get to them? And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, I've been to Dodger Stadium when a former Astro went. Carlos Correa, I've never heard somebody get booed more than Carlos Correa at Dodger Stadium. It was like deafening. George Springer's getting the same action, right?
People still do that.
They really. Carlos Correa, oh my God, he got booed every single place that he went to.
Correa was the initial target. It moved on to Altuve. That Springer doesn't get as much, but he will. I mean, Dodger fans, they're the team that lost the World Series to that team.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll be something. And George Springer, who has, what is he, like 4th in postseason home runs now? Like,
big moment, Dodger Stadium.
Oh my God. And both of these fan bases, man. Remember that Toronto, the Joey Bats game, when people were like, wait, what's up with these people? And it's like, oh, they're hockey folk. Like, they are going to be rowdy. Their first World Series in 30 years. Dodger fans bring it every time. It's going to be electric, man. If we're being real, I think as a sport fan, you're hoping Toronto can hang this series. Dodger fans don't agree with that. But both of hopefully the styles of played are shown. Because Toronto, man, what they've done since midseason has been awesome to watch. And I hope more teams are doing that. I hope David Popkins starts a hitting school or something. So every team does that. Your guy, where'd he come from?
Dodgers.
I thought it was Minnesota.
Well, no, Dodgers, then Minnesota.
Oh, look at that. Teoscar against his former team. I guess, Coach, we've been on it and off of it a lot. What else is in your heart, or what else do you think needs to be said?
I think we covered it, man.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a good series. I give Toronto a lot more credit than I think a lot of people are giving them in this series. I think I give them a much more of a chance to win it than a lot of people have given them. With that being said, I mean, I picked the Dodgers before the regular season, man. They do look like a team that is going to be in this position quite frequently over the next couple of years. And we said it all year long. They don't care about the regular season. I think they made business decisions based on that, with some of the rehab stuff and making sure guys were right for October. And guess what's happened? Guys been right for October, especially that starting pitching. So I'm taking the Dodgers here still, Jake, for my official prediction. Again, a lot of that has to do with I picked in preseason, but if I just went completely, I didn't have that and was just looking at what's going on, it's hard to, I mean, they've been so dominant.
Yeah.
And I do think that those top of the order bats wake up, which, as you said, puts that in the scary category that they haven't really gotten going yet. So, I mean, we saw signs of it. Shohei hit 3 homers in that clinching game. So I'm going Dodgers. I think I predicted Dodgers in 5 here. I don't think I want this to go 6. I'm going to go Dodgers in 6.
Yeah, we laugh whenever we do prediction stuff because it's just not how this game.
I can't change my prediction. Dodgers in 5.
Okay.
I'm just like that.
You shouldn't, because if it goes to LA and they've got a chance, I don't bet against those guys. DraftKings. I'm going Dodgers in 6.
Losers, both of us.
I know, man. But I guess that's the funny thing. Like, how How could you watch what the Dodgers just did and confidently say, like, I like Toronto? Like, Toronto was a pitch away from not being here. LA is as dominant as we've seen a team in the NLCS. What they did to the Brewers was nasty. It's like it got tough to watch for a little bit. It is pitching versus offense. The Dodgers rotation, a 1.4 ERA. The Blue Jays lineup has scored the most runs, hit the most home runs, and has the lowest strikeout rate. If Toronto wins this, I think they need to steal one early against the bullpen. Like, I think they need an 8th inning, try and Intervesia, flip the script like they did in the final game against Seattle, and they can do that. But I can't pick against the Dodgers. What?
Give me a freaking Vladdy versus trying to bat late in the game. Need it. Because you know what, baseball gods? You took away Hoffman versus Raleigh from us.
We're such assholes. Can we just do 5 minutes and plug it in at the start of the show and just be like, Vladdy, Shohei? Like, we haven't talked about those guys, but it's kind of because people know those guys, but that feels backwards.
No, it's fine. We did a good job, Jake. I'm proud of you for this episode, okay?
Good job, Jake.
I feel like you needed to hear that.
Thank you, Coach. I'm really jazzed up. Like, I love what Toronto has done. Extending Vladdy. They participate in every free agency. They stuck with guys, like, every box you want to check. Like, they rolled with Ernie Clement. They
were this close to blowing the thing up, Jake. They were.
I know. That Jimenez trade, a lot of people were looking at each other like, what? You took on that contract for what? Now that's starting to feel great. Like, everything they did. Max Scherzer for 1 year. We all did the, okay, is he going to get traded? Instead, they're in the World Series. They have a shot. I think they need to win one playing their brand of baseball, which they can, and they've done.
They could have traded Chris Bassett. They didn't, and he ends up striking out Eugenio Suarez on one of the nastiest curveballs you're going to see.
A video game pitch.
So I agree. I'm rooting for good baseball.
Yeah.
There is a path for the Blue Jays to win. I think, the Dodgers are who they are. But I am rooting for the Blue Jays with the fact, well, I guess the Dodgers, you can say the same thing. I mean, they go out and they go out and they develop and they trade level. And they sign. People will say, oh, they bought their way. No, they develop, they trade.
Will Smith.
And then they go into free agency. Toronto's done the same thing. So this is two organizations that you want to root for because they are doing it the right way.
I agree. There's going to be live streams on JM Baseball. We're going to be going live after, I think, every game. We might be going to game 3. We got to discuss that.
We got to talk about that.
Get you real hot and bothered. And most importantly, because it's Wednesday, we still have to bet the cycle, brought to you by DraftKings. Use code JMBaseball when you sign up at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Coach, I think I'm going to let you hit leadoff today. We got to change the lineup a little bit. And I think you're going to like the single, so I think I'm going to let you take that.
This is game 1?
Game 1.
Game 1, Ernie Clement to get one or more total bases. It's going to happen with the first pitch.
Yeah.
Single to right.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. He's hitting .429 with a 1-dotter this postseason. He has a hit in 9 of his 11 postseason games. Blake Snell, fastball away. Ernie Clement punches it through the 3-hole. You win your bet.
Change up, maybe either way. That's the single. The double. Trey Savage over 5.5 Ks. I actually love that. I don't know if it's game 1 or 2. They haven't seen him. I gave the whole Yamamoto speech. Highest release point in baseball. That splitter is just untouchable. I think, LA might get a couple knocks, but he's going to get his strikeouts. That's our double.
This is when it gets a little interesting to me because I could see it happening this way. For the triple, we're going Blake Snell to throw 7 innings pitched and 1 earned run or less.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good start. That's why it's the triple, people. After not reaching 6 innings pitched in his first 12 career postseason appearances, Snell's gone now 7+ in 2 of his 3 games this postseason, 14 and a third scoreless streak entering game 1.
And our home run, literally a home run. Mookie Betts against Kevin Gossman. Mentioned 15 for 49 lifetime. He has 3 homers. He's Mookie Betts. And just remember, didn't we get our full Bet the Cycle? Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? That was last week.
Yes,
Insane.
we crushed it.
Where are the weeks going? Because I now work the night shift at John Boy Media. I have no clue what's going on in the world. Shout out. Dalton helps us out with these. He had every one of them last week. So if you've been riding with us, we thank you. Code JM Baseball at DraftKings. Anything else, Coach?
It's going to be a great series. Yeah. I wish both fan bases and franchises luck. And I hope I see you on Monday, Coach.
I think it's happening.
LA Jake's different.
I think it's happening. I don't know. Teoscar Hernandez barely mentioned. He's playing against his former team, and he's probably
true. We did not
probably going to win
MVP.
Him. Teoscar MVP. That'll be my sign off. That guy is a problem. The whole Dodgers team is it might be a fun one. It could be a historic one if the LA Dodgers do what they've been doing. Excited to watch with you guys. Excited to talk about it. And we'll see you Friday night. My God. I don't know.
This is going to be good. There's just so many back and forth. U.S. versus Canada.
Oh.
Jake sucks. We're all North America.
A lot of blue. It's a lot of
blue.
Yeah,
dude, they need to wear their Canada Day jerseys. I'm hoping they come out in those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Little what to watch for there.
Trev, 4 for 11 versus Gossman. 1 homer, 2 doubles, 0 strikeouts.
Thick boy.